Pisces, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 31st of May until the 7th of June 2021. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the Four of Pentacles. You are very conservative about money and are not inclined to gamble in financial matters. You are very protective of what you have accumulated over time, and slowly and steadily you increase your net worth through saving money and safe investments. You are self-sufficient both financially and emotionally, as you often equate money with emotional security. This card also indicates possessiveness, greed and an overly cautious approach to life. You may be afraid to take risks, both financially and emotionally, for fear of losing everything that you have attained so far. As a result, you may be vaguely unhappy and unfulfilled. Deep down you are starting to realize that you have sold out for a conservative and overly safe approach to life. Thus, the Four of Pentacles indicates one of the dangers of prosperity, the temptation to value money far above its real worth. If wealth and financial success lead to a miserly or penny-pinching attitude, then you have found yourself in a narrow-minded state where nothing is perceived to have any significant value other than money. This attitude is an expression of extreme attachment to the material things of the world and is unhealthy in the long term. Sometimes, the Four of Pentacles can indicate an inflexible attitude that is resistant to change. You have already established a way of living that now works for you, so why change? Change appears to be a threat to your certainty, safety and security, and may place you at risk of losing all that is important to you. Any suggestion of doing things differently is therefore going to be met with resistance for fear of how it will impact your personal sense of security. Thus, you are more likely to favor tradition and tried and tested ways of doing things, rather than taking any risks at this point. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Six of Swords. What do you want most right now is to make a regretful transition, as a likely result of the decisions you make. You know that in order to move forward, you must leave something important behind, and while you do this with some regret, you know that in the long term it is the best option for you. There are times when you will be forced to let go of something to which you have been attached, and the process of letting go is often quite challenging. However, the sadness of your loss will soon be replaced by greater clarity, bringing about a renewed acceptance of change. Do not be afraid to let go of whatever it is that is holding you in the present or the past. Instead, look to your future and choose the best option that has the greatest long-term potential. There are going to be some hard decisions and some compromises that you will need to make, but this is ultimately a rite of passage that will take you into a new phase of your life. You need to realize that you are now headed towards a much better position in life. You have endured, or are currently enduring, a difficult life transition, but as a result, you will be more able to deal with what may come. Do not dwell on the past or what you have left behind. Instead, use this as an opportunity for changing your beliefs about yourself, moving away from whom you used to be and towards whom you really want to be. Sometimes the only way to solve life's problems is to leave them behind you and go somewhere new to start over. While it may feel as though you are giving up or being a coward, escape is often the only approach left when all others have failed. The important thing now is that you chart a new course that will lead to greater happiness and joy. The Six of Swords also shows the need to draw upon a state of mental clarity, logic and objectivity in order to examine where you have been and where you are going. This mental clarity will also serve to smooth the way ahead, and make the passage from negative to positive as peaceful as possible. You can use your intuition to guide you through easy situations and call upon your impartial and analytical nature when it is needed for a more complex decision. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Seven of Pentacles. You are afraid that your efforts may be scattered at this time, and you are starting to question whether or not you are investing in the right areas. You may be outlaying some initial money on things that will not actually deliver results. So, the opportunity here is to examine your current and planned investments, both financial and time, and make sure that you are going to see a return on those investments. Use a prioritization system to ensure that you do not waste time and money on areas that will not deliver results. Similarly, the Seven of Pentacles indicates that even though you may continue to invest a lot of energy into a specific situation, you may not reap the rewards you are looking for. As such, this card calls on you to prioritize your activities very carefully. You need to do a cost-benefit analysis on the major tasks involved to bring your project to fruition, as there are certainly a number of tasks that are currently taking a lot of your time and energy but are not bearing the rewards you are seeking. Take stock of what you still need to do and focus only on those things that will get you to where you want to be. You may find that there are a lot of things that you get involved in that are just not value add. For example, email and meetings are huge time wasters if not used effectively. Try to get down to the 20% of tasks that deliver 80% of the value, and focus on these, rather than investing your time in tasks that do not deliver any results. As a key strength, the Seven of Pentacles can indicate that you know when to stop investing in something when you are seeing little return. Some people are inclined to keep persevering at something, even if it is not working out, just because they have already invested a lot of time, energy or money into it. However, you are very good at identifying when a situation is no longer delivering you any value and knowing when to pack it in and try something else. In a relationship reading, the Seven of Pentacles indicates that you have been working very hard on laying the foundations for your relationship, but now, for some reason, you are concerned that you are going to lose all of that. You may also be feeling frustrated that the relationship is not progressing or growing as quickly as you had hoped, particularly given that you have put in so much time and energy. Sometimes you can pour your heart and soul into something, but it does not always mean that there will be results. You may come to the realization that it just is not worth your time, and no matter how much you try, the relationship is going to continue to hit roadblocks. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Six of Pentacles. You are about to receive a loan or give a financial assistance to those in need. Now that you have lived through the darkness long enough to see the inner light, it is time to help others who are not so fortunate. Consider giving to charity or reaching out a helping hand to someone who needs your support. The generosity of the Six does not limit itself to money and material things. Giving of your time or your wisdom is often just as spiritually fulfilling as giving away money or gifts, and the intangible gift of your presence is received just as well, if not better. You may also be inclined to make a loan to someone, on the premise that they will eventually pay you back once they are back on their feet. This is a loan built on trust and good faith, knowing that if you give something away, it will come back to you. Remember, though, that this is more about a short-term fix and not a sustainable solution towards self-sufficiency. So, think about how you can financially support your family or friends in a way that encourages them to stand on their own 2 feet eventually. If you are the beggars in the Six of Pentacles, then you may be the recipient of someone else's charitable activities. This will help you to get back on your feet and to eventually repay the charitable organization or individual, either with your time or your restored wealth, You will also need to identify ways in which you can become more self-sufficient in the long run. The risk of accepting charity is that you become dependent on it and cannot look after yourself. Be mindful that you are not becoming submissive or noticeably desperate as a result of the charity that someone else is providing you. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Queen of Pentacles. You are afraid and feeling worried about whether you can be financially independent, while also still maintaining your family connections. You may be concerned that if you invest in your career or financial well-being, you might not have enough energy to invest in your family. Sometimes, you just cannot do everything and you will need to make some choices. You are also becoming very consumed in your work. You may be placing your career before your family or your relationships, and this is having a detrimental impact. Of course, this may be okay on a temporary basis, but you need to assess its long-term impact. To rebalance your life, you may find a release by returning to a favorite nature spots and allowing yourself to take in this fresh, natural energy. You may also find that you become a bit of a homebody and somewhat isolated from others. If so, you need to fight this urge and keep in touch with your friends and family, as they will be a great help and support to you. At times, the Queen of Pentacles may suggest that your tendency to mother those you care about is actually becoming more like smothering. Your intentions are good in that you love to cook, clean, nurture and care for those around you, but there may be a point at which you need to let others be accountable for their own upkeep. You cannot always be the one doing the laundry or cooking the dinner. Sometimes you need to step back and let others take on the load. Similarly, you may reach a point where you are investing so much time looking after others that you find you are neglecting yourself. Again, step back and let others take on some of the household responsibilities. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Queen of Swords. You will meet a female significant figure who is most likely from the air sign, who is stern and composed, and without much feeling. If you are single, she might be someone that you're looking forward to be your partner. On the other hand, this card also represents the intellect's ability to judge and discern impartially, without the influence of emotion or sentimentality. She likes to know the how, what, why, where, when and who of everything to help her make sense of her environment and to better understand others. It is not that she does not care about others, but she connects to other people through an intellectual understanding rather than an emotional understanding. The Queen of Swords is a sign that you need to be independent in thought and in judgment. You must use your unbiased intelligence in order to make a judgment of a particular situation, drawing upon every piece of information and fact that you have gathered along the way. Empathy or compassion towards others may distract you from the task at hand, so it is important that you think with your head and not with your heart at this particular time. Do not let emotion get in the way. Rather, use fact and logic to make your decisions. The Queen of Swords also has an innate ability to tell it like it is. She is a quick thinker and highly perceptive, and as such, she can cut through the noise and confusion to get straight to the point. There is certainly no beating about the bush, or softening of her comments, opinions and thoughts. She is upfront and honest about her opinions, and expects the same from others. The best way to interact with the Queen of Swords, therefore, is to remain as impartial as possible, and to present your thoughts and opinions concisely and honestly. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Lovers. This card signals that a significant relationship is on your mind. It may be romantic in nature, or it may be an intimate but platonic friendship. Communication is key right now, and it's important to develop trust within the relationship. You can safely share your feelings with someone close to you. It's also time to make an important decision about your life. The conclusions you reach now greatly influence your future, so it's important to weigh your options carefully. Make sure your choices are thoroughly considered and that you're able to act upon them. Additional meanings of this card: the need for balance, a return to good health, marriage and weddings. Archangel Raphael, in addition to being the angel of health and traveling, is the patron of soulmates. Raphael can help with significant relationships, including romance, friendship, business, and family. He can also help you manifest the soulmate partnership of your dreams.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.